Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing wonderfully well this morning. All right, so obviously we got the markets under a little bit of pressure, gap down this morning on the back of crude oil spiking. That being said, it's not that bad of a gap down considering the move up in crude oil. So we're still in this environment where the markets are trying to firm up, but obviously they're trying to get hindered at every turn with this Middle Eastern war. That being said, we do have financial earnings. That yes, we do. Um, so XLF is going to be experiencing quite a bit of volatility. XLF is for sure under a little bit of pressure. Goldman Sachs reported big gap down, almost into its gap fill. That's kind of interesting to see. Let's look at BAC, not really reacting too much. Small gap down. Wells Fargo under a little bit of pressure. JP Morgan also gapping down. So whenever financials are this heavy, often it can result in more downside. Good morning, YS. Hopefully you're doing well. It's certainly going to be interesting. You need a flush again. So let me just type this message out. So this is an environment where we actually are seeing some names starting to perform a little bit. I've had some news from Microsoft in the pre-market here. Basically the news around MSFT um, has scented green in the pre-market. Microsoft plots new Copilot features inspired by OpenClaw. Very, very interesting to see that. So it is taking Microsoft green. IGV is actually green while the NASDAQ is down. You've also got CRM trying to eke out a small gain here. So all mega caps are red on the session right now, except for Microsoft, up 0.25%, showing a slight bit of relative strength in the tape. So we did take some hedges on Friday, guys. SPY puts we jumped into 678s. I'm going to keep those hedges on the table in case they want to flush us more. Um, but a stop at break even for those hedges is the way to play it. I still am hopeful that the market can push higher, but it's going to be tough. And when we approach these key resistance, we got to obviously put these protective stops in place. WTI crude, it's going to be interesting to see if it can close below or above the 7-day moving average. So far, it is below the 7-day moving average as we speak, but trying to carve out an interesting pattern here. I mean, it's such a tight consolidation range here. So that's going to put some downside pressure on the tape. Oh, what else do we have? Some of the biggest movers, airlines once again are under some pressure. So those usual stocks that get hit with crude oil spiking are certainly seeing some downside price. AAL. Hmm. Nice push on Microsoft, guys. Microsoft could be the day where it gets a fat move without the market. It's already up a couple bucks, pushing up 0.5%. I like it. I like it a lot. It's about freaking time it shows some relative strength. It's about time. Pump it up, baby. Nice push on Microsoft, guys. It is starting to squeeze here in the pre-market. I like it a lot, man. Fuck. About time. We're seeing a nice move up here. Really healthy. That's what I'm talking about. So, all right, let's take this off. Just gotta grab a charger, guys. Give me a sec. So this is the start of the Microsoft bottom. We'll see. I'd love to see that. Let's look at its counterparty, CRM, making a move off the lows. Oracle making a nice push off the lows, guys. ServiceNow also making a nice push off the lows. Down about 1.45%. Yeah, PLTR also making a nice push up here. So the whole complex is, yep, IGV. Yeah, certainly seeing strength in IGV versus semis today. So that's actually looking pretty good. Optimistically, that looks very, very good. So I think a lot of I think the long stay guys are in the cloud software space. Let's look at some of these cybers. Yeah, cybersecurity, catching a bit of a bounce. Pan W. Oops. Interesting. Keep pressing Microsoft, man. I would not mind that at all, guys. If we could see software start to bottom here, that would be ideal, man. That would be so ideal. So far, you can see the VIX is gapped up, back test of the neckline getting rejected. We'll see if it wants to come down anymore. What's interesting is the dollar, since that crude oil spike, has been getting faded, guys, down ever since. So perhaps that's telling us just this intraday price action from the DXY. Really, since crude oil opened last night in the futures, it's been a sell in the dollar. So perhaps that's foreshadowing that maybe crude oil is actually going to give back some of these gains today. That would actually be very helpful, especially if software can bounce. Microsoft's up 0.5%. Nice. Bitcoin back up over 71,000, up 0.61% today. It's good to see. Transport stocks are down. Uranium struggling today. This ticker car, guys, if it gets another daily close below this previous candle from Friday, does set up a hanging man candle formation, which is bearish and could see some hard sell side pressure. We'll see what happens there. Nice push in the tape, guys. The S&P is trying to climb here. If this market goes green today, that would be resilient. Resilient. SPY's certainly trying. shows last week of basically, or maybe it was this weekend. We're discussing the ratios of IGV to SOX, right? SOX to IGV. Often that ratio doesn't really last that long. It's made huge deviations from the mean. So there's probably a trade setup, short semis, long software setting up here. Hmm. I'm just gonna fill out my coffee, guys. Be right back. But nice push up, guys. Microsoft is holding. CRM is up 0.83. Software is trying to hold. We got some more coffee. Oh shoot, I was muted the whole time. My bad, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, so I was saying software's still trying to hold out a small gain, but market's looking pretty heavy here. We're losing pre-market high on SPY. We're losing pre-market high on the Qs. I think there's a buyable, tradable zone on the Qs around this 606.92. Um, so it's tough for the market to, or software to stay elevated here if the S&P and Qs are getting dragged down. Microsoft and Tesla are green, although Microsoft's getting faded off the highs. CRM is still green. IGV still up 0.42. Banks are struggling today. Gold, silver are down. Natural gas up 1.9. Netflix is green. JP Morgan struggling. So yeah, I think it's an interesting scenario here for the market. Software certainly is trying to show a little bit of relative strength intraday. So if we can get crude to soften up here, maybe this will be software's day where it starts to press higher. There is a head and shoulders, guys, that's triggered on SPY 10-minute here. So just as an FYI, this pattern has more downside potential on SPY. That's why I'm still in my put hedges. So we're looking at a potential move that could take us down to here, 675 on SPY. Just as an FYI, there is a head and shoulders. That's a bearish pattern. Okay. But software's trying to show a little bit of strength. IGV still pumping. Nice bullish reversal on SOFI. Good to see. Crude oil, guys, softening up a little bit more. I like that. Microsoft does look like it's still trying to press higher. I think Microsoft 378 calls are worth a look. SoFi made that bullish recovery. QQQ still struggling a little bit down here. Definitely looks like there's going to be more selling that takes place. If we flush into this pre-market low, that's where I'll take off some of my SPY put hedges. Or at least raise stops to in the money. All right. Pretty good selling hitting the session. Software is still trying to show some green out here, but it's tough. Very, very tough to do so. send out to the live trading group. We'll see how that goes. You still have your US dollar, guys. The Dixie is curling down. Crude oil is still curling down. S&P still trying to defend that OR low. IGV still looking pretty good here, guys. Microsoft still trying to hold positivity. It's your only mag that's green. Tesla's rolled over to the dark side. QQQ still struggling somewhat here. So Microsoft's starting to get drained here with the Qs and SPY. Still seeing a little bit of weakness in the tape. IGV, guys, is still trying to push higher here. Man. Microsoft is now getting sold into. USO is still up 6.5%. Your VIX is still pretty elevated here. SPY down 0.3, QQQ down 0.3, IWM down 0.3. Not a bad sell day so far for the markets, guys. I mean, it could obviously get worse, but I would have anticipated the gap down to be much bigger. So pretty impressive to see that we're holding here near the highs. It's actually not bad. But some software is starting to potentially wane here, give up the goods. Microsoft's still struggling. Fucking Microsoft can't hold any of its gains, eh? Like, what the fuck, man? I swear. They really do hate this stock. SOXX is starting to push up. Tesla's back to the green side. CRM is having a great day. That's a software name that's pushing to the top side. PLTR, let's take a peek. Yep, still holding. Oracle, big push on Oracle. Great session for Oracle, guys. ServiceNow, still trying to hold. Intuit. So IGV is still moving to the top side here, guys. It is ripping pretty intensely. How's Adobe doing? Adobe still sucks. Duolingo, still struggling. Lincoln Electric, maintaining. Banks here. Yeah, banks are still struggling. So again, IGV, guys, new high of day. IGV is still pushing. Your longs are likely in software today, guys. IGV looking good. Diverging from the Qs. So software is making a nice divergence today. That's kind of what we want to see. Making a move in the opposite direction. The question is, how long can it last? More sell side pressure hitting the main indices. QQQ is coming into its first little test zone here. Yeah, I swung some puts over the weekend too. SPY 678 puts, which are in the money, but I'm just going to keep a break even. It's just more of a portfolio hedge. Also picked up some SOXS. In case they want to dump the S&P and Q. Software is just moving today. I like it, guys. Longs are in IGV, man. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Pump it up. IGV up 1.5% and moving, guys. We are moving. That's beautiful, man. I love it because we just picked up IGV calls on Friday too. That's amazing. Our software long is printing today, and our SPY hedges are printing as well. I like it. I like it a lot. Rip it to the top side, baby. Send us higher. Microsoft, big stick and bounce. Go, go, go. SOFI making a move to the top side as well. Crude oil, guys, is losing or testing its pre-market low. So if it loses that pre-market low, the market should rejoice higher. All right, if you're short that market, just be careful. Software's trying to help. Software's trying to do a little bit of heavy lifting today. You got a massive divergence. Look at the divergence today in semis and software. SOXX down at the lows. IGV at the highs. Beautiful to see. That is beautiful to see. I like it. Hopefully it can maintain that. We'll certainly find out soon enough. SPY is still very heavy though, guys. And remember, the downside of this little head and shoulders takes us to 674, so 675 Pierce level, if that is to play out. I'm not too sure. IGV now up 1.7, CRM up 2.2, Microsoft trying to get a little bit of an additional buy program. Come on, baby. Pump Microsoft higher here. Send it to the top side. It is due for a big push, man. It's so due. SOFI trying to go green. Crude oil still holding up 6.91%. So the only... Oh, crude is seeing some sell side pressure, guys. Don't know if there's news coming in crude. There's news. There's news in the whole fucking tape here. Let's go. There's news. That looked like a news candle. We still have existing home sales coming around 10 a.m. Remember, if you're short, this market still has a lot of momentum and potential bullish upside. If we can slap this oil price back down. Pretty resilient tape, guys, I must admit. As soon as I heard that Vance announcement over the weekend that there was no deal in Pakistan, I was like, oh, this could be a bloodbath, and glad I hedged. And seeing the futures this morning, I was like, well, that's not bad at all, considering where crude oil is. And now look, we are getting a pump up. Crude oil dumping. Markets are ramping. Let's get paid today, ladies and gents. Look at our other swing position, guys. Axon. We picked up shares on Axon. This thing is moving. I love it. Let's go. Microsoft pushing. IGV still pushing. SPY almost back to the green side. Holy moly, did you buy the dip on that? Let's get paid, baby. Let's go. Fucking rights. I love it. Squeeze us higher. Take us to the highs of the session. If we sweep these highs, guys, up here, which the market is setting up for that, we have a fat short on our hand. Crude oil just had a huge dump. The Dixie had a huge dump. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Give us cheaper oil. SoFi made a bullish reversal. Lots of names showing strength. CRM having a day and a half. Microsoft ripping now, guys, with software land. Here we go. Here we go. Push it. Push it higher, baby. Come on, Microsoft. Break out of that high pivot. Break out. IGV, new high a day. Coming into a little bit of 10-minute chart resistance, wide range red bar. But IGV's looking hectically strong right now. Nice move down in oil, guys. Crude oil is dropping like a rock. Now only up 4.32%. Markets are liking that. Markets are loving that, baby. What a move. What a move. All right, let's throw back up that IGV chart. That thing is a beast mode. SPY seeing a little bit of selling. So again, gap fill, 10-minute chart. Ultimately, where I think IGV can go today based off of sheer momentum, it might need a back and fill a little bit here. If it holds this 75.90 area, I think we could push back to 77.60 today, guys. All right. So I still think that software is setting up for a potential continuation as long as you stay above 75.90. Could indicate another 1.5, 1.6% move higher once it back and fills off of this level a little bit. News, Iran and uranium. Yeah, I figured there was news. Nothing dumps oil like that other than news. So markets are giving that right back right away. You're seeing some profit taking off of that quick 0 DTE pump. Crude oil is still up about 5%. BTC up 1%. That's doing really well. Yeah, they make it very tricky to short. You got to be a big counter trend trader. Yep. Microsoft is going for a potential another high of day test. Big push on SOFI, guys. That thing is moving today as well, up 1.5%. I like it. Come on, Microsoft. Give me green shoots, man. IGV, give it to me. Come on, baby. You got more. Again, where I think that IGV is going to potentially retest, guys, is the top of this channel. That's where I think it could retest. Gap fill, 77.69 zone. SOX is now trying to participate in the rally. Lots of green shoots everywhere. Green shoots. Green shoots keep falling on my head. Come on, baby. Let's do it up. You know what's interesting is Microsoft's trying to potentially break out here. It's lagging its software, which is pretty peculiar. I feel like eventually it's gonna try to make a really big push. SOXX did get rejected there pretty hard, so semis are still seeing rejection while IGV is seeing straight fat accumulation candles, guys. IGV is getting accumulated. Microsoft is still pushing. Guys, our Microsoft calls are ripping right now. We literally bought the dip on that Microsoft. Our 375 calls are up nicely. Protect the trade if you're in it. That is a nice member trade. Come on, Microsoft. Keep squeezing, baby. Keep her going. Man, if Microsoft can break out of this little bit of a zone here, gap fill should head to 378. Back to IGV. Yep, TME's gone green. That's good to see. Crude oil is still trying to bounce slightly intraday. It's getting a nice 10-minute bounce off the 93.65 zone. Markets are still looking a-okay. Lots of green starting to appear again. Mag's Google's green, Microsoft's green, Tesla's having a stellar day so far, up 1.32%. Financials are still struggling a touch here. IWM has moved to the green side. That's super interesting. Today you also have yields down. Very cool. Yields are not really reacting with the higher crude prices. Interesting divergence there. Wow, Tempest AI having a stellar day as well. Look at this fat candle on SOFI, guys. It just keeps getting gobbled up. Beautiful. MSFT going for a new high a day, baby. Full send to the top side. Let's get paid. Go, baby, go. IGV still trying to rocket higher. Software is getting bought up, guys, with both hands. Buy it up. Buy it up. New high a day for Microsoft. Look at this thing go. Absolute beastin' to the top side, guys. Let's go, baby. Push it. Not much resistance on Microsoft until you get to 375. So this could squeeze. They could squeeze it, guys. They're certainly trying. They are certainly trying here. IGV is coming into a little bit of hourly resistance. Guys, Microsoft is squeezing. Microsoft is squeezing higher here. Let's get it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So 375 calls are in the money, baby. I'm trimming half here, trimming half. 3.63 trimmed half of my Microsoft 375 calls that we bought the dip on. Beautiful. Stop is at break even. 51% gain. Beauty. Wonderful thing to start the morning. First 30 minutes you make 51% gain on Microsoft member trade. Boom. Got paid, guys. We just got paid on that day trade scalp. Stop is at break even now. Let the trade run. Bang. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get paid, baby. 51% gain. We bought that dip. Boom. Microsoft still squeezing to the top side. Let's get it, baby. Let's go. Fuck, look at this tape, man. Oh, Microsoft squeezing hard, man. IGV's a beast mode, sending us straight into the profit land. Already at $4, guys, our Microsoft calls. We got runners, baby. We got runners. We loaded that boat. Let's get paid. IGV, can't stop, won't stop. Damn, look at that. Look at that. Let's go. We've also got 380 calls for Microsoft. Don't sleep on those. Don't you dare sleep on those. Oh my God, Microsoft is a beast right now. We're getting paid. Huge, guys. Huge. This is what I'm talking about. Let's go. Take us to the profit land, baby. Almost hit 100% on these calls on Microsoft. We literally bought the dip down there, guys. That is stunning. Look at this move. Let's go. Hey, hey, yo. We squeezing, baby. We squeezing. That is beautiful, man. That is beauty. I love it. I like what I'm seeing here in software land. We ripping topside. Guys, the port is just ripping today. Our IGV calls are printing. Our Microsoft calls are printing. We literally swung those on Friday. We just took a little bit of a day trade on Microsoft 375 calls, which are basically now up. There we go, guys. Up over 100% on Microsoft 375s that we just took today. Oh my goodness. Gracious me. Oh, yes. 102% gain on Microsoft calls. We just got paid on that, guys. We absolutely got paid on that. That is beautiful. Wow. That was stunning. I like those trades. I do like those trades a lot, man. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely printed that. Whew. What a rush. What a rush, guys. Microsoft is still looking like one of the stronger mags today, up 1.7% and squeezing for a new high a day. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Microsoft is a full beast. Look at IGV going, guys. Holy moly, we're getting paid today. This is about time we see it. Microsoft is just a monster today, guys. Absolutely not letting anyone get on board. I love it, man. I love seeing this price action in the tape, man. This is what dreams are made of. Finally, seeing Microsoft showing its strength here. Beautiful to see, baby. That is stunning. Man, it should have more upside. Needs to take a little bit of a breather. But wow. What a move, guys. So guys, the Microsoft 380 calls that we swung on Friday are up about 35%. Stop is at break even for myself. Then we did take over 100% on the 375 day trade that we took this morning. That's working out quite well. IGV, those calls are hustling and bustling as well. Let's take a peek at those. Yep, those IGV calls are mooning as well. Crude oil going for another down leg. That's softening up quite a bit. Your Dow is still struggling today. Man, our pour is just printed, guys. Beautiful trades, man. Beautiful trades. Western Digital starting to come in. Sammys are still showing a little bit of weakness here. QQQ ripping to the top side, baby. Could be one of those days where Microsoft has a huge green day, especially with the weakness in semis. A lot of that liquidity seems to be flowing right back into software names, man. I love it. Fucking thankfully, man. Thankfully. CRM finally making a move. IGV still up 3%. Seeing a little bit of a pullback in software, but that's okay. Look at Microsoft still wanting to move higher, guys. She ripping and rolling. Some resistance here on the Qs, guys. A little bit of resistance, but fuck, it's really coming down to what software is doing here. I ain't stopping right now. Let's see what software is doing here. Small pullback in IGV, but still looking very, very strong. Today we are seeing some of those market leaders, names like Western Digital, Micron, the semiconductor complex, memory, definitely taking a bit of a breather today. And good to see that that money just isn't fleeing the market today. It's rotating into your software. So I want to see software hold. It's a really good start to the week. Structurally, we have not seen this divergence really for a long time. It's been due. It's been well overdue. And I mean, we should still have more upside in these software names. Microsoft seeing a little bit of profit taking, which after a big move like that, granted, it's expected. But just the sheer force in software, guys, you can see it's pushing the Qs green today. So we'll see whether or not there's definitely a lot of selling still under the hood between financials and semiconductors. There's a lot of selling. I mean, you still got Nvidia down 0.3, Apple down 0.9, Amazon down 0.58. It's just your banks are struggling immensely today. So they're also the culprits for a little bit of weakness in the tape. Small little backtest of prior day high for MSFT. We'll see if it can get bid up again. All right, SPY getting sold into here. Crude oil is trying to settle around 94.70. Still up 5%. Qs are still looking a little bit heavier here. Bitcoin still roaring, up 1.23. SPY starting to see a little bit more sell side pressure. All right, well, my money was made early on that Microsoft. One trade, guys. I love starting the week off on a positive note. Again, we took the Microsoft 375 calls this morning off of the dip and made a nice gain, nice chunk on that. And I'm still bullish Microsoft, still my biggest holding. Shares, I got a lot commons, you name it. I'm deep in Mr. Softy. So I want to see it push more today. Come on. I want to see you hit 380 today. Give me 380, Microsoft. All right, Qs and SPY still looking pretty heavy here, guys. Lots of selling under the hood from semis. Amazon starting to get drained again. Apple's really struggling on the session. Small pullback in your software. Getting reject off that hourly SMA. SMCI struggling this morning. Microsoft coming back into its pre-market high. I'm hoping it stays above that. Really don't want to see it fall too much more. Come on, hold the line. S&P struggling immensely here. But you know what's interesting is you did get above that neckline. So technically it's a failed bearish pattern, which should result in more upside. Your DXY is almost back down to the gap fill, but crude oil is trying to get a small little buy program. We'll see what it results into. A little bit more profit taking in your software names. China stocks are mixed this morning. XLF is trying to firm up here. Quite a big dip back down in certain software names, Microsoft included. All right, the market is once again under some sell side pressure. It's a pretty key spot here for the tape because this is where you had your big breakdown and reversal. So the bulls really want to see SPY stay above this little neckline zone. You can see we're kissing it right now as we speak. We do not want to lose that. Qs are still seeing more selling. There is a potential head and shoulders on the Qs that looks really nasty. Yikes. Yeah, if SPY loses neckline, guys, I think we're gonna flush back down to the 675 zone. This won't be good if we lose this area. We are seeing more weakness in your semis. Actually, they're still holding steady. Let's look at CRM. CRM still holding. Palantir, a little bit of selling. Oracle still super strong on Oracle. Wow. The VIX guys still seeing the VIX selling and compressing here. That's telling us that the markets probably want to also go higher. So VIX compression guys, bullish for the market. Micron still struggling. That's okay. Let the semis take a breather, man. Give it to software. Software needs the liquidity. Divergence is still massive. EXY guys still remains pretty weak. Come on, VIX, lose that 20 handle. Lose that 20 handle on the VIX, and I'd be very happy. Market still actually looks bullish, guys. Pretty impressed with price action so far. I still think we're going to look for a high day sweep, guys. So dips are being bought. Dips are being bought with force. Don't sleep on this bullish price action, guys. It looks like we're going to go higher here. What the fuck is this? Microsoft right back up. Beautiful. Send us higher, baby. Give me a new high a day, Microsoft. Send us to 380. Send us to 380. Go, SoFi, go. Don't sleep on SoFi, guys. I mean, if this turns into V, guys, man, SoFi could be setting up one of the biggest bull patterns, guys. Again, this is I keep touting this name because I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm just trying to play a strategy that's replicated itself numerous times. And that's just simply the S&P inclusion. But SoFi right now, guys, if this turns in to be an inverse head and shoulders, we will be laughing to the bank here. This can break out. Quite a big dip there on SPY. I don't know what the news is. That seemed like a little bit of a news reaction candle. Not too sure. But you can see right back up. I like it. I like it a lot. CRM, guys, is up 3.47%. I like that as well. Keep pushing. Send us higher. Come on, get off of this tool. Let's look at the CRM trade real quick. Yeah, CRM's moving. Man, that gap fill on CRM looks pretty juicy, guys. Pretty juicy, that's for sure. Let's look at PLTR. PLTR did break out of that inverted head and shoulders as well. That's got upside to about 135. We'll see if that's the case. That's actually crazy. Every single position we bought on Friday is green. That's beautiful. I like it. Doesn't and it was crazy because some were long, some were short. Wild stuff. Very cool. Man, look at Axon go, guys. Don't sleep on this one. One of the viewers actually bought it up on the live stream, so I can't remember who it was, but thank you so much. And then I saw it, I looked at the chart, I was like, oh my goodness, absolutely, that looks ready for a bounce. I mean, we're probably setting up something very similar to this little stage here in Axon, which was about a 15% jump in 3 days. I mean, if we replicate that same move, let's just see what we get here. Yeah, move back up to 400, 401. Wild stuff, guys. Look at the S&P. Now we got a potential bullish formation. You got a nice left shoulder ahead, still developing a right shoulder here for SPY. If you can break out of this little bit of a neckline zone, I mean, I would like to see a little bit more consolidation to build that right shoulder. It's a little bit premature, but look at that. If we break out, we got new highs in SPY coming. Not all-time highs, but new intraday highs potentially. And software, which has been the lagging component, is certainly helping out today. And it's about frickin' time, man. They've kept these things dead since eternity. Go SoFi, go Microsoft. Microsoft still pushing, baby. Dollar coming in a little bit more. These markets are resilient. IGB now up 3.2%. Nvidia's trying to go green. Man, look at Microsoft go, guys. It wants a new high a day, baby. Just getting a phone call. Just give me a sec, guys. So that was a bit longer than usual phone call, but nevertheless, we had the markets continue to grind, trying to break out here on SPY. Software still remains somewhat very bullish on the session. Microsoft, we did take a nice 59% gain on our Microsoft 380 call. Stop is at break even, so trade is risk free. Nice profits there. We also took 100, just over 100% on the Microsoft day trade, so it's been a nice chunk of profit in the software space so far. What else do we have going on? Let's see. Just trying to move up a little bit, guys. We're seeing WTI. Market still remains A-OK, even though you're seeing a little bit of backing and filling here. S&P still looking structurally A-OK. Consumer staples are really struggling today. Walmart, Costco are all coming in. Microsoft still looks beast mode. PayPal trying to break out of a flag pattern potential here. Seeing the markets grinding here, a little bit of selling might hit the tape here, guys. We could see a touch of sell side. Oh, fuck. Look at that. STI. Stalling out here just a touch. Yeah, ZZ. for sure. Market's going to sleep here. Um, Software's still looking a-okay. IGV, Microsoft still trying to press higher intraday, so looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Excuse me. Microsoft going for a new high a day. New high a day for Microsoft. Incoming. Software go. Oracle's up 8.5%. Wow. Just noticed that. That's wild. Beautiful. New high a day for Microsoft. Go, baby, go. Software still squeezing. Microsoft's a full beast. Software is powering the market higher. Microsoft new high a day. Software still climbing. Microsoft 380 calls are in the money, guys. Our MSFTs 380s are in the money. Microsoft still squeezing. Let's go, baby. Look at Microsoft go, baby. She is squeezing hard. Man, oh man, oh man. If you're wanting to take profits on the 380s, guys, I'm just going to raise stops. What a beast. Holy, she's still going, man. Look at that. What a beast. Absolute beast. IGV still trying to chug along. This might start to see a bit of sell side pressure here, guys. Software still holding, but Sammys are starting to come in a little bit. I repeat, Sammys are coming in a little bit. What's stronger right now? Q's, SPY's weak. SPY's definitely struggling. Got Microsoft Go, guys. Our 380 calls for next week are just flying, man. Holy moly. Beautiful to see. Or you might get a bit of a sell program here. Some profit taking is hitting Microsoft, some software names. Crude oil still pushing higher, guys. Just be careful in this zone. IGV still powering along. Microsoft still holding relative strength. IGV looks like it wants a new high of day, so software is still powering along. Crude oil is moving up too, guys. Something's going to give here. I don't like what I'm seeing in crude oil. It's pushing right back above its pre-market low. The market could see some sell side pressure. You do have a small sell signal on your semis. SPY still holding. Qs are mixed. I mean, if it wasn't for the software strength, but oil moving up quickly, it's usually a problem. Markets are trying to hold a little bit of a backtest breakout zone. IGV almost at a new high. Big push. Big squeeze here. Crude oil getting rejected sharply. Market's liking that. Lots of volatility around the zone. Weird price action. Trying to blow some shorts out again. Software still trying to chug along. IGB still at the highs. All right, guys, I just sold my Microsoft 380 calls. Beautiful gains across the board. Just over 70% gain. Just over 70% gain on those Microsoft calls that we swung on Friday. Microsoft's still ripping here, guys. Beautiful, baby. Go, go, go. So software diverging in a big way. IGV almost hitting 78 bucks. You got semiconductors still showing a little bit of weakness. Wouldn't be surprised to see the markets pull back a little bit, at least retest prior day low. Probably this neckline. Still are pretty extended, and crude oil hasn't given up yet. Crude just keeps on ripping higher and higher here. Grinding candle after candle. So that's still a problem. I mean, we still have WTI up 7%, guys. So don't, um, I would still put some hedges in place just in case. Nvidia starting to break down. Crude oil pushing yet again. Microsoft definitely had some resistance. SOXX is still trying to hold near the highs, but keeps getting rejected off its opening range level. QQQ sitting right on 612 support zone. Nvidia is starting to get a little bit heavier. Should put downside pressure on the tape. Market's still holding pretty well here considering crude is up over 7%. I mean, it's pretty amazing price action. And this is why we were still holding longs in the market, specifically around software. Trying to stay the course. Although I was nervous of the indices pulling back, long overdue gains for software, guys. IGV running into a little bit of sell side pressure, still sitting right on that little neckline zone for the market. The semiconductor starting to sell off a touch here, guys. Oh, they've got SPY just pinned. Tight range. We'll see. It's a weird tug and war because certainly semiconductors are seeing a little bit of distribution today, rotation into software. But the problem is software is still somewhat oversold in the tape, which is why the indices are still have the ability to push higher. Although we are extended intraday and specifically extended intraday for some software names, the bigger patterns should still allow some software names to push higher. And the question is semiconductors going to see more distribution and rotation? Remember, semiconductors are still the heavier weighting across the S&P and NASDAQ. So if you see rotation out of semis, the big question is, does that rotate into software, continue to rotate into software like we're seeing today, or does it flee the market? Even if semis see distribution and software sees rotation and buy side pressure, the market could still go down the S&P and Qs because of the sheer concentration in your semiconductors. So it's going to be an it's a weird phase. This isn't going to be easy, which is why I think you need to have shorts on and longs in this session. You know, I was nervous on Friday about a potential market dip. We got that dip, which is why we hedged some names, but also on Friday I bought a lot of things like Microsoft calls, IGV calls. Um, it's a tricky situation here. You know, the divergence between software and semis, software S&P, software Qs is just baffling. And that's what makes it tricky because if that ratio and spread starts to basically compress a little bit, which it is today, we could see software keep an underlying bid in this market. But I don't know how long that would last for. We really got to see how the price action closes and what type of follow through you get, if at all, tomorrow. I still am skeptical about these major indices. I mean, crude oil up 7%, guys. If anyone would have asked me, would the Qs, IWM, and SPY be negative with crude oil up 7%? I said yes, it probably would have been negative. So there's still a bit of a bearish undertone on price action intraday for the broad market because of oil being so high. But the major indices today have been saved from your IGV sector. It still wouldn't surprise me to see a little bit more sell side pressure retesting some of these opening range levels. But I mean, look at Microsoft. You know, a little bit of a character change today we've seen in Microsoft and IGV. They've usually been decimated every single morning. They gap up, fade, gap up, fade. So today's a little bit different, right? Not only did you gap up and come back down to test the bearish gap here, they pushed price action and have rallied it pretty intensely here. So I'm happy with the price performance. I'm happy with how my portfolio is situated, happy with the positions we've got. But just keep in mind, crude oil is still strong and we could see some more downside intraday across the indices. And you do have your SOXX trying to roll over a little bit more. I could definitely see your semis give back some more gains intraday. As people probably are now looking to rotate out of your SOXX into IGV. I'm just hoping we can get some follow through on the session, but SPY's just sitting right on that frickin' neckline, man. Just doo-doo, absolutely doo-doo. Crude oil still charging, trying to make a push even higher here. We'll see what it can do. Oh, SPY, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Just price action is stuck here. Nvidia's seeing a little bit of selling. Looks like Nvidia wants to retest 187 intraday. Gosh, trading the indices suck today. If anyone got caught in trading SPY Qs, they are absolutely trash. Unless you bought the dip off the open, I mean, it's been chop and slop. It's gone absolutely nowhere. Looking real nasty. All right, your crude oil is still trying to press higher in the short term. Dixie's trying to catch a small bid. Markets might start to see more sell side pressure here. I could still see SPY flushing to 677.50 today. SOXX NVIDIA continuously seeing more sell side. Let's look at Western Digital here. Yeah, WDC coming in, Micron coming in, AMD, that's holding steady. Apple looks bearish. Google, potential intraday lower high. We'll have to see how that holds. Microsoft still a beast. SOXX is coming in a touch. Crude oil, man. All right, your SOXX is starting to drain a little bit more. Microsoft seeing some selling off the 380 handle. Nvidia is starting to break down. IGV still holding, but markets still could see some more sell side pressure right here, guys. SOXX seeing heavier selling. Nvidia about to test 188. IWM still leading the charge. SPY's flat, literally flat. Nvidia is down 0.3, Apple down 1.34, Microsoft still up 2.5, Google at 0.48, Amazon rolled over, Meta rolled over, Tesla still slightly green. The markets are reacting now, starting to see a little bit more distribution. We could still see quite a decent drop back into those opening range lows. I'm thinking we're going to retest this neckline again. That's the big spot where the bulls and the bears are going to have a fight on their hands. IGV still holding very strong here, relative strength and structure. NVIDIA is still looking pretty weak here, guys. We are seeing price action in semiconductors showing a little bit of distribution. The major indices could still revisit the lows of the session, especially if it loses. If this is a failed breakout here, guys, on the 10-minute chart of SPY, we really got to watch for that. Software still holding relatively well. Again, we've banked a whole bunch of profits, guys. 75% on our Microsoft calls. The swing trade from Friday, over 100% on the day trade. It's been a nice session. Nice session for us. IGV still up 4.23%. SOXX, I mean, I feel like it wants to go. Oh, actually, SOXX is negative, guys. It did briefly roll over, so. Software's holding up the tape today. Indeed it is. NVIDIA just sitting right on that 188 level, holding steady. I'm going to take a bit of a break soon, guys. We've been going for a little bit, but we've banked profits. And right now, we do have a small SPY short position on the go for tomorrow. Stops are in place. SOXX is breaking down even more, losing 386 so far. Looks like it wants to head to its opening range low levels, which inherently should affect the indices in a negative way. Again, it's tough for the markets to stay as strong as they are if your semis are going to roll over here. NVIDIA losing 188 or piercing it right now. Pretty big spot here for the tape. Remember, pre-market lows all the way down here at 674. Oh shit, we got news. What's happening? What is happening here? I don't know what is happening. Oil wicking around. Holy moly, guys. What just happened there? Jeez, that was wild. Oil had a bit of a dip there. Seems like a liquidity grab. Did dip briefly there. Jeez, these tape bombs come out of nowhere, eh? Out of nowhere. Oil dipped briefly. Don't know what's going on. Yeah, back to sideways chop. A lot of little news pops like that designed to run stops, catch people off guard. They are defending that little bit of a zone right now. But I don't like that. Crude's still super strong. I feel like that was a... I don't know what the hell they're doing. So they stick save the semiconductors. Just as the semiconductors look like they were rolling over there, along with the major indices, they give it a bit of a stick save. Crude oil did briefly dip. Semis are getting a nice big candle back to the upside. Crude oil getting rejected off its pre-market low. It's still super strong on the session, but coming in. Markets really aren't phased by the higher oil prices, which is so fascinating. IGV going for another high of day. Microsoft still holding strength. Nvidia is still looking a little bit weaker intraday. Apple still looking pretty weak. SOXX has firmed up a little bit. IGV still a little extended, but holding well. Holding up A-OK on IGV. IGV just made a new high a day, guys. Pretty big divergence, say, between IWM, SPY. The Qs are looking a little bit fragile here, getting some sell signals in the 5, 10, 15 minute. SPY's holding a little bit better, but Qs are starting to see a little bit of selling, and they're looking a little bit weaker. NVIDIA is probably the culprit. Yeah, NVIDIA is starting to lose that 188 again. So it does seem that money from NVIDIA, Micron, AMD, semis are still flowing into software today. IGV, new high, 78.10. Software is ripping still. As we're almost up 100% on our IGV calls. If you're wanting to take a trim, by all means. I'm still going to hold them. SPY's trying to make a big push here. Whoa, big breakout there. It does seem that these wicks are kind of getting a little bit crazy. To me, at least. Crude oil trying to bounce. Yeah, there's a lot of random spikes, and that's probably due to the low volume. But it's getting nasty. These little intraday kind of out of nowhere pops, right? It's definitely tricky. Makes it tricky to trade. Crude oil trying to push back higher. S&P trying to break out right as crude is trying to bounce. Interesting. Because I just trimmed half of my IGV calls, 72% gain. Trimmed half of IGV calls, 72% gain. Stop is now at break even. Bang. Profits today, guys. Profits today. All right, crude oil is softening up a little bit more. Still a big resistance here, but markets are trying to push here through SPY. I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna take a break. I'll see you all a bit later. Good job on Microsoft. We made money, ton of money on IGV and Microsoft today, guys. All right, take it easy, guys. Cheers.